Mm-hmm.
I'm glad I bought so many provisions.
Yep, so now, can you look to where we're heading to?
Yeah, so we've got this route down this time around. And we don't have this area accessible anymore. We've got two
you have
orc
orcs
groups
pursuing you.
Yeah, so I'm going to travel for a couple of days and then we're going to turn around and fight them.
I think they're going to meet you possibly in one location.
Yeah, which is why I'm going to want to turn around and fight them as soon as I've got the...
The path leads you through a ravine, whose steep walls are mainly made up of loose boulders and scree. You could probably cause a rockfall that would block your pursuer's path and obstruct your way back.
Ooh, block the path?
Nope.
You decide not to waste any time and soon leave the ravine behind you.
Wait, but are you going to move forward once and funnel them in behind you, or is that going to put them both on you at the same spot?
I'll show you what we're doing in a second. Do we want to bring her? I want to bring Jeroen. Okay, he has kick, scare, mighty blow. Ooh.
Unholy aura. But that only affects enemies.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's take Bowendil out.
Yeah, let's take him out. He's in. Oh.
He has to be in there?
Yeah, he has to be in the party. What do we think? I kind of want to bring Jeroen.
Okay.
The only problem is bringing a whole party of bruisers seems a bit silly, but that's okay. Anyway, we're going back.
It would seem that one of the armies who've been following you since Lot Yonan's vaults has caught up with you. You can even smell the rancid grease the orcs use on their weapons. Bowendil immediately prepares to fight, but Andokai demands you avoid confrontation.
See, we weren't supposed to.
You have put out a plate of food for the night every evening since Jeroen and Andokai joined you on your journey, but still none of you have seen him eat. You decide to pay particular attention to him this evening, to try and find out what is under the helmet. Andokai is sitting not far from the giant, studying the books.
Have you found anything useful yet?
She looks up at you.
You think I will stay and fight if there is a spell in the books that might defeat Nodon?
Yours is the god of balance. Don't you see it as your duty to create a balance between light and dark?
Instead of answering, Andokai rubs her eyes and closes the books.
It's too dark to study. Let's see what tomorrow brings.
Disgruntled, you watch the Mager as she walks over to her bed for the night. Your eyes fall upon Jeroen and the plate at his feet, on which not a crumb of food is left.
Okay, so I'm actually going to reload just because we wasted a fair bit of resources there. Just trying to go around and fight the orcs.
But you're clearly not supposed to.
Well, I don't know. The last time we had the orcs pursuing us, we fought them.
I know,
but now we're not supposed to.
Andokai is specifically saying not to.
You didn't find that out until we tried. Shell.
You're acting condescending again. Stop it.
It takes long.
Okay, so
in the afternoon, with the sun blowing the sky, the path leads you through a ravine. A glance at your map suggests that you're near to Boribor, the orc realm.
Fracas, may we remain unscathed.
About a mile further on, Bowendil suddenly stops in his tracks and sniffs.
Can you smell that? Piggy snouts! And lots of them too!
Let's proceed with caution. Perhaps we can take a few of them out before they raise the alarm.
Wait, what? We didn't have the same events as before.
Things happen differently, and that's fine. Because I guess this is the way we were supposed to do it instead of being the Battlemonger, which apparently I'm not supposed to do. Which is news to me. Okay, now we can bring Jeroen. Okay, so we're still a little bit injured.
Yes?
I really wish I could move my camera along the way.
Huh?
Ready to go!
As good as done!
I have a feeling he's just a golem or something.
Ready to go!
We have to stop them before they can warn anyone!
As good as done! With pleasure!
Oh, you have to go all the way around.
What is it?
Yes. Understood.
That's interesting. There's... Oh, they have, like, fire catapults or something.
On my way. End it.
Who's next?
Huh?
Okay. I'm gonna go for the ranged guys. Uh-oh.
It says you just have to reach the exit.
But there's the whole thing about, Okay,
Huh? On
Bow and
my
Dalt.
way.
Okay.
All right.
Go Bow and Dalt. Fuck! Go, you
way.
fat shit!
All right.
Uh-huh.
And Tungdil, where are you going? No,
Understood.
Yes.
Okay, I was just gonna have him...
All of them just need to find the exit. This isn't about fighting orcs, this is about finding the exit.
It said we have to kill them before they, alert the others.
What is it?
Not to mention, general RPG logic determines you really do actually want to kill everything that you possibly can when you do get the chance.
I've just played one too many games where if you stick around and try fighting the enemy, you end up losing because of an automatic...
Well, we don't have a stated time limit, and I don't see too many enemies, so I think we're fine. Okay. This should be
As
good.
good as done.
Let's see, can I hit them all?
He hardly
I
put
can
up
get
a fight.
most of them. Okay, go from here. Jeroen. Jeroen's got kick. Is it necessary, though? Oh yeah, he is friendly firing Tungdil, but only barely. So it's not a big deal.
Easy.
Okay, so how are you looking? Unfortunately, it's very hard to see the
What bad
the
luck
orcs
for
in this
you.
light. It's
Well,
very...
it's because they're
On my
practically
way.
the same color as the rock.
Pleasure.
Yeah,
Say
interesting.
goodbye forever.
They're not, let's see, are you guys even still in combat? No, you're just hanging out.
What is
Whatever.
it?
Let's see, where... Is it
With
just him?
Pleasure.
Looks like it's just him.
What bad
Oh, I
luck
see.
For you.
There were more.
This really needs some contrast right now.
On my way.
Because you'd think
Part of
a
this
bright...
reminds me of really bright gamma.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
unfortunately, we can't do anything about it. Okay, so you got a big group over there. And
Yes.
we're good.
As good as done.
Okay.
All right.
Is that one of the exits over to the right?
I don't know, it looks like a back entrance to whatever it is.
Oh, what bad luck for you. Who's
Okay.
next? What is it?
Well, this'll work. Yeah, so there's a catapult in the way there.
Huh?
Let's see. Can I have Jeroen go a little bit further forward?
Hardly
There
put
we
up
are.
a fight.
Okay, kick. Kick does a fair amount of damage.
His attacks seem much
What
more
is it?
focused than everyone
Yeah,
else's.
his main auto attacks are less though. Like I've seen, you can see how he like sweeps his attacks. They're very very aggressively like arcy sweepy. But his actual special attacks are pretty focused down, like you say. This is much easier. We're not taking too many hits, so I'm not too worried about things.
Is it still on easy mode or is it normal? Or?
Oh, it is on easy mode. Can I change that here? I'd forgotten to fix that. Yeah, like I'm gonna say like most RPGs, sometimes there are moments where just the difficulty scale is kind of busted, either by like bad design or any number of things. And I don't think this game's any.
Another one bites the dust.
This
I
game
didn't
is.
hit you very
Wait,
hard.
did Jeroen? He fell over because he touched the catapult. Exactly, kind of my point.
Say
Okay.
goodbye forever. Ha
Okay.
At what?
Tungdil,
And what now?
go for that.
Understood.
Yeah.
There we
At
go.
what?
Alright, let's let these guys just destroy the
my
catapult
Attack.
separately. Why does he...
And they can only approach it from one direction?
It's fine.
That seems like a
Understood.
whole camp over there.
That's fine.
What is it?
A whole camp I can deal with. There we go. Let's just take the catapult out in one go.
Something tells me this mission's never gonna end.
No, it'll end.
Oh, that's the exit.
Yeah, I think that's the exit there. I do think I'm going to go for the camp though. Look, you're always the one telling me to do everything and to go look at everything.
Yeah, but doing everything here doesn't result in finding more lore, more story.
No, but it results in more EXP. Like, do you play Pokemon where you only use, like, one Pokemon and then never, ever, like, try and level anything up?
No, but my issue is I try leveling up all my Pokemon equally, and then I come to a point where I find out that because I haven't been grinding enough and I've been sharing all the experience, then I need to grind in order to get everyone up.
Pretty much. Alright, there's a big one. Let's go back a bit. Kinda probably should have brought the wizard, but that's okay. Alright, let's have Jarun roll in, and can I kick him? I can kick him. This guy hurts. Or, I actually don't know if he hurts that much. Haven't tested too hard. Oh!
Actually, in my dream last night, it was really funny. I had a Charmander, and somehow I'd fought a really difficult a really difficult enemy, and you know how it goes to the screen of, hey, gained XP and blah blah blah. So even though it hadn't fought the battle, it had leveled up to 60 from like level 10. And I was going, what? And it just evolved into a Charizard. I was like, okay.
Have you ever heard of Pokemon randomizers, actually? Seeing as we're on the topic.
Nah.
Probably not. There was, so there's one that makes it so, you can have your Pokemon randomly evolve into anything.
Into anything.
Yeah. Including, like, a Magikarp, or, like, a Wooper. It's not exactly what I would call, it's not exactly what I'd call the most, organized of things. But, I was just reading somebody's, like, kind of log of all the stuff they did as part of one of these. At one point. So I think he ended up with, like, a Hitmonchan. Or a Hitmonlee, maybe?
Okay.
As his, like, final evolution, but he was only playing with one Pokemon at the time. Okay. The archers aren't super damaging here, so I'm just pulling as many.
I never liked Hitmonlee or Hitmonchan. Actually, I'm just not a fan of fighting Pokemon whatsoever.
They've grown on me. It kind of depends. The problem with fighting Pokemon is they're specifically the problem with fighting Pokemon is they're very specifically like weak against flying, which is arguably the second most common type in the game.
And fighting's really only good against, what, dark?
It's good against dark, it's good against normal. It's the only thing that's good against normal, in
But
fact.
Psychic creams it.
But Psychic creams it. My favorite type combination, actually, in Pokemon is fighting dark, actually. There are only a few that actually fit that type. But they are very, very hard to kill.
What would it be?
What would affect them?
No, what would fighting dark be? Like, what Pokemon is there?
It's, I think, literally just a panda. Like the panda Pokemon from X and Y.
Pancham.
Yeah, Pancham. There we go.
I see.
Okay.
On my way. Too easy.
Well, we're almost done.
Pow! Another one.
You've been spoiled by how much this game's been talking to us lately. So now that we're in combat segment, you're just like, yeah, don't worry. I've noticed this
Part
with
of it is the
you.
music's really loud, and I'm worried I'm going to be losing my hearing.
Yes.
Tell me to turn it down.
Thank you.
Huh? On my way.
I do.
I just don't like the, you know, triumphant battle music. It reminds me of every time I ever entered combat in Guild Wars 2. And how I just started hating the fighting music.
I think I listened to my own music during that point.
Yes.
I never enjoyed the music in Guild Wars 2 past a certain point. Like,
Oh, I loved the environmental music.
It was good, but it, like, you only listened to that for part of it. Alright, are these the last of the orcs? I'm not entirely sure. Okay.
I mean, I can understand why you need upbeat music while you're battling, because you don't want it to be like da na 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 while you're like rah.
See, I like games. I like games where I can kind of almost set the music for a little while. There are very few of them where. Oh yeah, Final Fantasy. World of Final Fantasy specifically allowed me to.
Yes.
World of Final Fantasy specifically allowed me to set what battle themes I wanted, and they were usually pulled from the different Final Fantasy games.
Isn't the exit back there?
Yes.
Yeah, but there's still an archer. Might be a couple more.
Archers.
Yeah. Again, I'm trying to kill everything I can, because the more levels we get, the stronger we are.
Yes.
And I'd prefer not to. I'd prefer not to run into situations where I'm getting my ass kicked, because I'm too weak. Because that's kind of what happened with the
Well, it looks like there's
previous
nothing
mission.
in the distance.
Yeah, so we weren't supposed to alert that camp. You know, we were just supposed to kind of sneak by in the background. But by killing everybody, presumably I get more EXP from this. Though I have no way of confirming that necessarily. Though it actually does look like I had to go through this entire group anyway. Because we had to snake around here, and I mean, we could have just rushed for the
We
exit.
should go down into the caves and vaults. There'll be more of them down there.
Oh,
Or
over
maybe
to the
we
left.
should concentrate on finally getting to Ogre's Death Stronghold, Boindil.
You ignore the offended look on your friend's face and set off, leaving the Orc Mountains behind you.
See, was that like a cavern?
Yeah, I don't know.
It looked like one.
Maybe.
He was complaining that you didn't go down it.
Well, I wasn't really given much of a choice. Let's see, did I sustain those injuries? I have no idea.
You have put out a plate of food for the
Okay, so we know about this one.
Instead,
I really want to fight these groups. But I guess we're not capable of doing so?
The army is too big for you, and even if you could defeat them, the battle would take up too much time. So you decide to march through the night to increase the distance between you and them. The forced march is strenuous, but you manage to evade the horde.
See, it's not letting you go.
I wanted to know. It's not like it's that big of a deal.
You did lose rations that way. Now you have 2 of them hot on your trail.
I mean, it's
the
okay.
nearer you get
Oh.
to the oasis, the more the uneasy feeling grows that something's not right. It's too quiet, and you don't see any movement. Once you enter the village, your fears are confirmed. Your enemies have already been here.
Okay.
I wonder if you had been faster, if this village would have been okay.
No. Because you could say the same thing about getting to Lotjonen's vaults, the village. And the problem is, you say that, and
Lotjonen was definitely a plot point that would have
yeah,
happened
but like my
regardless.
point is, like, you could say that about almost everything.
I'm just thinking of the villagers and a couple of the other people that we'd encountered.
There would have been like an orcish army going ahead of us then. Like it would have been
telling you,
obvious.
it's a trap.
If it is, then we'll soon find out.
But no, usually if you're too slow, it's pretty obvious that you were too slow.
Well, you would have had the orcish horde ahead of you.
Yep.
This whole thing is probably a trap. We should...
Welcome to Pasna. I'm sure the citizens would greet you themselves, if they could.
You recognize the elf immediately. You saw him with the leaders of the orcs, and he appeared to you in a dream after Greenglade. Or no, not in a dream.
Sintheras.
So we meet again, Tungdil. What do you think of my work in the vaults? It was a nice start, wasn't it?
An eerie smile sets on Cintharus's lips.
Wonderful! I can see the hatred in your eyes. Come on. Come and get your revenge.
Oh, a battle. Do you want to bring the mage along?
Sure. For whatever reason, I can't get rid of Boindil, but I can get rid of Boindil.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just so eager to fight, he will refuse to leave your party.
Guess so. Do we have orcs coming in, or is it just...
Oh, Cintharos killed. We're really gonna kill this dude this early in the game?
I guess so.
Understood. Huh?
I thought he was gonna be one of those reoccurring villains.
He might be.
Not a bad idea.
Maybe you'll get close to killing him, and then he'll be like, ugh, you're too much for me, I'll leave.
And I
Okay.
didn't even take off my gloves.
Whoa, she has cool attacks. Okay. Don't know why I'm having Boindil tank. Actually, no, I know exactly why I'm having Boindil tank. Because we've already got him all halfway down. That should be good enough.
Now
Okay.
you've got me interested.
So what's she got? She's got
Lightning.
Scorch. Everyone in path, blast.
So you just have to make sure she doesn't friendly fire people either.
Think we'll be okay.
Too easy.
Oh, Tungdil,
Tongue-
Okay,
He
turn-
actually leapt out of the way just in
yeah,
time.
I'm not entirely sure, but I'll assume. Ah, come on, he teleported to the most opportune time. All right, whatever.
What is it?
Okay. Wow, that did a fair amount of damage,
If
though.
I have to.
It killed a lot of them.
I don't think we're keeping her, sadly.
Yeah.
It'd be pretty impressive if we were. But no dice. Okay, how you doing? Where's Cintharas?
Cintharas is all the way up there
And
by
I
the looks of
didn't
it.
even take off my gloves.
Yep. Alright.
Now you've got me interested.
She is taking some hits.
He hardly put up a fight.
What
Okay.
did she do?
What is it?
Missed. I need to get her out of the way. She's not a tank.
That's not good.
No,
one's
it's
coming
not.
to her aid.
Now you've got me interested.
Okay.
Too easy.
Oh, he's
is
in
it?
there.
It'll be fine.
And I didn't
He'll
even
be
take
fine.
off my
He barely
gloves.
took damage.
Oh, what bad luck for you.
Okay, he's almost dead. Yeah, there we
Oh,
go.
great. So it was just to
Retreat!
kill.
Back! Why are you here? And how can you possibly still use magic?
The one person your master left living is the one you would least like to have as an enemy. Go on, little elf. Flee.
Your magic saved you this time. But next time, I'll be prepared.
I've had enough of fighting. It's about time we head to your home.
I've had enough too. But we've got several days in the desert ahead of us before we can enjoy a cold beer.
The longer we talk about it, the later we'll get to our beer. Let's go.
Kind of disappointed we didn't kill him, but it kind of makes sense. Yeah, so I like Endekai, but she is really flimsy. Which makes perfect sense, but still rough.
Yeah, spellcasters and all.
I just wish she had a easy escape button.
You've been travelling through the desert for days. The sand is simply everywhere. In your shoes, under your clothes, in your mouths. Even the makeshift cloths that you've wrapped around your heads is of little help. With the last of the energy you can muster, you finally leave the 40-mile wide sandbar that separated you from Ogre's death. It is as if you've passed through an invisible wall when the raging wind and sand suddenly fall silent. In front of you, an enormous massive towers into the sky, the Blue Range. The slopes cast long shadows over Ogre's Death Fortress, which nestles in the spurs of the mountain. Even from this distance it looks impressive, with its 4 defensive terraces, one above the other. The anticipation of entering a real dwarven city for the first time grows with every step, and you feel the power returning to your limbs. You've almost done it.
I wonder how far we are in this game.
The way that they described it, it almost looks like Minas Tirith.
Yeah, the
terraces.
little sketch kind of looks like it. But I mean, terraced fortress cities aren't that uncommon.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Oh yeah, somebody mentioned a long time ago, this is actually 1,000 years after that initial, tutorial. Not a year, which makes a hell of a lot more sense. And those were the fifthlings.
That dwarf looks pretty tall.
My High King, you have called me to succeed you to the throne. Here I stand before you.
Well, before you are chosen as the successor to the High King, hear, King Gandagar, the challenges that await you. Hordes of orcs are rampaging through the north and the west, and the perished land is stirring. It would seem that the Magi cannot sustain the barriers.
This gives us an excellent opportunity to attack the last elves in Alandor. They are weakened. The perished land afflicts them. Let us wipe out the traitors once and for all.
Yes, right, exactly.
Hear, hear.
Madness. What are you talking about?
I do not recognize you, King Gandagar, in what you are saying. The elves are inhabitants of Girdlegard. Has your hatred for them clouded your senses to the point that you wish to ignore the words of our god?
Belendalin's gaze falls, as if incidentally, on the King of the Fourthlings' advisor.
Or is someone giving you bad advice?
On the contrary, it was Bislipper who finally supplied me with the proof. A report titled How the Fiflings Lost the Gate. It was the elves that poisoned the brave Fifling warriors in their stronghold. A devious disease spread by the pointy ears in the shafts of the Grey Range.
Impossible!
I always knew it!
Treason!
I don't believe
They should
that.
pay for it!
To the pointy ears!
Enough! Don't be so short-sighted! We are talking about the safety of Girdlegard. We must reach out and forge a large coalition with the elves. Yes, and even with the thirdlings, if we are to defeat the perished land.
My High King, you cannot be serious!
Drivel from a dwarf who has grown too old in his post. Are we not here to choose a new High King? We have waited long enough.
It would seem you will have to wait a little bit longer. The second aspirant has arrived. Our guests must be tired from their long journey. The meeting is adjourned till tomorrow.
I hate loading screens for Let's Plays. It's always just like, well...
Waiting.
Yeah, it's like 20 to 60 seconds of so do I say anything, or is that going to go real fast?
A dwarven council.
Oh yeah, no,
Dwarven
I dig the
cities.
visuals. They've done a good job with this so far, and ooh, it's maxing my CPU here. That's a problem. Wow. It is currently using up 90% of my CPU. This might look like pure ass. I don't know yet.
But why do you think that I...
Everything will become clear. I've had a room prepared for you. Before you take to your bed, please pay the High King and I a visit in the throne room.
Please let me save. Okay, good.